just to see if it performs even better. This is love trial reels.
We waiting.
So, don't let these rookie mistakes cost you growth. Let's talk about what not to do. Because I see this all the time, and it's holding people back from actually growing. Number one, changing too many things at once. How will you know what's working if you're changing the hook, the caption, the music, the outfit, all in the same test? Test one thing at a time so you can track and study what actually moves the needle. Second thing, do not ignore your analytics. I love a good vibe check, but business isn't just about vibes. It's about data. Your insights are literally your roadmap, so check them. The third thing is overthinking perfection. That's literally the point of trial reels. Stop trying to make your content look like a Netflix production. You don't need cinematic lighting. You value. Done is better than perfect.
Oh no.
Posting without a plan is also a mistake. Like random posting, random results. Know your goal. Are you trying to get followers? Are you trying to book consultations? Are you trying to nurture leads? Post with purpose and not panic. And please don't make this last mistake. Not enough posting. Let me be clear. There's no such thing as spamming Instagram anymore. You could post 20 trial reels a day and nobody would know but you. Use trial reels to test like crazy without burning out your audience. So play smart. Okay? Post often. And stop letting rookie mistakes rob you of growth. You've got the tools now, so use them. Alright. I'm gonna end with like a couple of thoughts before I stop. Hold on one second. I lost it.
It's a good day today.
Okay. Let's bring it all
Make sure.
Today you learned that trial reels aren't just a new IG feature. They're your secret weapon for fearless content creation finally and for real growth. You know how to use trial reel to test content without fear and judgment. I talked about A/B testing hooks like a marketing pro, reading the right metrics that actually move your business forward. You can post casual rants, client quotes, or just quotes that hit you that day, B-roll that still converts. You also learned how to repost your best performing reels to reach new audiences. And most importantly, avoid those rookie mistakes that cost you momentum. Because you're not just a beauty artist, you're a content scientist now. So no more guessing, no more hiding, just data, strategy, and confidence. Got it? Let's open up the floor for questions. Any questions? Who's gonna try this? I've been trying it.
Somebody said that they thought this was I am Megan Good's sister. That's my sister. So that you have a message for her, tell me, and I'm gonna give it to her.
No, it's not anything. So I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong here?
Are you another thing, are you adding like keywords to your captions?
Yes.
Like your city and services?
Let me double check. GPT does it, but
Good day, everybody in the chat. Let's get this day started. Like today is about to be a super great day, and well, it is a super great day. Everybody on this chat, y'all already know what to do. Like the video. I'm about to beat this face and turn into the most sexiest creature known to mankind, so I can go out and present myself and do what I do.
Ah, the sweet sound of...
I had some tea. I think I'm about to go make some tea because
Lean and earning on Vinted.
my
Don't wear
throat's
it, sell it.
getting not something sexy.
Yes.
Hold on.
Viral. I'm on every channel. The hot felon, the sexy convict, the blue-eyed bandit. And I didn't know what I was getting into. Getting 300 letters a day and random people coming up to visit me. I'm still getting movie opportunities. While I was in the feds, I signed a deal with...
I don't know what kind of... I'm gonna find this something real good. Hold on. Because it's time to start this day off, right, everybody? It's a great day. Yesterday, it was crazy hot. Pero hoy es muy frío.
This timepiece right here, I'm sure out of all the timepieces, this...
Y'all know I love some Ross, but I don't want to hear about watches right now. I want us to get something that's going to pump us up and start us off with the best day that we ever had in our life. Because, first of all, shout out to everybody in the chat because we all woke up today. And I know that all of us are up because all of us is right here together. So, shout out to y'all. And I hope that y'all said thank you to whoever that you believe in, that you are up this morning. Now go ahead and like the video as I find us something to entertain us. Okay. I mean, we could hear about AP watches and stuff like that, but I want us to be pumped up for today. Something that's gonna leave us feeling substantial and full.
Snake Blood in that puzzle. I'm locked in with my homie Nick on Hard Knock TV.
Why I keep playing the music and I keep like missing it at the same time, trying to turn it down so I don't get copyright. But give me 2 seconds. This is about to be a good podcast. I'm about to really beat this space down. Yeah.
I always like to start it with, if there was a movie about your life, and the opening scene is kind of going through Crenshaw, coming through the front door of your house. What are we seeing? What are we hearing? What are we smelling?
We seeing a family house, you know, like pictures on the mantle, you know what I mean?
Let's see. I'm stage dropping off.
If you're struggling with depression and not feeling the comfort and peace that you need, I invite you to meet with missionaries like me.
I always like to start it with, if there was a movie about your life, and the opening scene is kind of going through Crenshaw, coming through the front door of your house. What are we seeing? What are we hearing? What are we smelling?
We seeing a family house, you know, like pictures on the mantle, you know what I mean? A bed in the living room. A couch with a roll-out bed underneath it. You smelling coffee or like cooking. My granny was always cooking. My mom was always cooking. We used to live together. you see in a family house, you know what I mean? And you smelling food. My grandma and my mom was chefs. They cooked a lot.
What are we hearing? What's playing?
Man, you might be hearing The Price is Right. Granny had that on lock. You know what I'm saying? Or the radio. My mama played the radio a lot when she cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? So like a jazz station or like a R&B, classic R&B station. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you remember what your first like musical memories were?
I always was around music. I grew up in like the 90s, really. Was born in 85, so it was Death Row in LA. You know, like outside, you didn't even have to have the CDs, you didn't have to buy it. You just went outside, you could hear it. I was 5 in 1990, you know what I'm saying? So that was what I heard. I was surrounded by rap music. And then I grew up around, you know, my mom, and then my sister's father was like a big record collector too, like Motown stuff.
Do you remember at what point you were like, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, I think like, really like the Chronic album, when Snoop and Dre had that video, and Snoop was in the parking lot with Dre, and there was dissing Easy. God bless Easy and rest in peace. I didn't even know how to diss back then, but I forgot the name of the song. But yeah, that record, you know, I'm like, this is tight, you know what I'm saying? And they sound real familiar to me, you know what I'm saying? So that made me like, this the biggest rap out right now, and these niggas sound like, and the video look like outside. It was like, yeah, I could do that.
This didn't happen overnight. You've been putting in a lot of work. Was there any point in your career where you thought about giving up?
Well, yeah, I think I'd done that before I got recognized. I quit and then went back to it, and then quit again, and then went back to it. I quit rapping and go back to like grinding and try to just focus all my energy on just getting money. And then I get to a level of being comfortable and still want to rap and be like, fuck, I'm about to go book a studio or buy some equipment and then fuck with it and then get frustrated for a lot of reasons, whatever the learning curve of fucking with music was, whether it was like not having engineers,
All right, so
not having proper...
First, I put on my Danessa Myrex Blurring Balm in the shade 9. So, like, this is like tinted primer. I love it.
I mean, just going through that shit, get frustrated, say, fuck this shit, go back to grinding. But I always came back to it, too. I was just like, I must really love this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stop quitting. I'm just going to say, whatever I go through, I'm going to fuck with the music, regardless. You know,
So what was
Hello,
that thing
glow
that kept you coming
filter.
back? The hunger to want to be heard?
I like a clean,
I don't know, I was like attracted to it.
bulletproof
You know what I'm
base.
saying? I was just always, I ain't feel as fulfilled, you know what I'm saying, doing anything else as I did when I was making music. And then I was really inspired by music when I listened to other music. And I always was like, you know, I would have said this, you know what I mean? Or I would have done this record like this. This was a tight beat, but so I wanted to like try my hand at it, you know what I'm saying? And then when I did it, I heard myself making progress, like getting better. I was like, damn, you know, this I could do this for 20 years and still have 20 years of improvement to make. This is something you can't master. Nobody ever has mastered music. You know what I'm saying? And you can really dive deep into it and just uncover new shit, but not reach your ceiling. You know what I mean? And so that was like interesting to me.
Your victory lap, it was coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's like a collection of life stories for real. That's like the focus is the narrative of the whole project. That's really the focus, is just the story that's being told. It's not like a beginning to end type of story. It's just a theme, you know what I mean, and represented in different real life scenarios that I put on song modes. But yeah, it's like a collection of my life stories and things that happen that make us being here really like special, you know, and just the uphill battle and just the details about what that was, you know.
What are some of the ones that kind of impacted the album the most? Can you share those with us?
Man, just like my brother burying 200,000 in the backyard, you know, and just being disciplined enough to have that cash and just say, I'm gonna bury him and start from zero again, and start from zero, grinding up, and then going back to dig it up, and then 100 and some change of that 200 was mildew. And then us being in the living room with my mom with the blow dryer, and everybody blow drying money, and my brother having a breakdown. Not literally, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, what the fuck? And going through that and seeing like, damn, niggas took $100-something loss off milk and like had it on the kitchen table and the living room table throughout the whole house, stinking up the house with the blow dryer trying to, you know, salvage the money. And like to put that into one of the songs, you know what I'm saying, and revisit that from this point right here. And just like other things too, I don't want to go overboard and get too many of the details, but just like real stories that took place and things that we reflect on internally and just be like, man, you know, moments we thought it was a wrap, like this is it, it's over, you know what I'm saying, we fucked up, we made a critical mistake, and you know, bouncing back and getting through it and coming into other challenges. And then, you know, from a point of like your first album's about to drop, you in a successful position business-wise, and then to think about put yourself back in them emotions and feel that again. You know what I'm saying? Knowing now we know everything gonna be all right. You know, we didn't right then, but now thinking about it, it's like 2020, so to write about it was therapeutic, and like I thought that was important to be represented on my first album.
I'm just getting started and I need to save money. Busy gave me the best service for the best price.
As a freelancer, the $0 startup cost is what convinced me I could.
I know one of the tracks that stood out yesterday was Blue Laces 2.
Yeah.
The third verse.
Yeah.
You stopped it and you want to make sure everybody put a close ear to what you were saying.
Exactly.
Can you let us into why that verse is important to you?
Yeah, again, it's another real story that happened. And you know, sometimes to like be in a luxury car, or like a penthouse, or like a, you know, first class flight, or, you know, in a bomb ass hotel somewhere, and just remember, like, man, you know, the complete opposite, you know, being on the run from the police, or like driving your homie to the hospital bleeding, just thinking about, you know, the struggle, really, and just the journey and what we went through.
I wasn't trying to take it this late, but I think I may have to.
Represent that in the music, you know. Blue Laces 1 is one of my favorite records, one of my favorite, most cherished records I think that I've put out. So I wanted to like revisit the record for the album, and it just happened naturally. I ain't intend on speaking on that specific story. That's just what I heard when I heard the beat.
Bron premiered the Blue Laces 2 track on the socials. IT also shows you a lot of love.
Yeah.
Do you feel that your music inspires athletes to train because there is that hustler, the go get it, the grind mode? Do you feel like a lot of athletes come to you and talk to you about like feeling inspired by the music to, you know, give them that extra fuel?
I've noticed that specifically athletes react to the message, and then also I think like, you know, they come from the same environment, they going through the same struggle, they just, you know, attacking it through their gifts on the court or on the field, and we doing it through the art and through the music. So I think that whether it's the message of motivation or just if they apply it to sports or if they apply it to just the pursuit of like becoming better and like, you know, bossing up and being, you know, successful and you like maximizing your potential, you know what I'm saying, and like challenging yourself. I think those themes is in the music and in the message, like the marathon. But I have noticed that, like, yeah, athletes specifically, you know, reacting or inspired. And likewise, we sit in the studio and had a playoffs on mute and go back and watch classic performances, you know what I'm saying, and just be like, look at the zone that was in, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, I think we both feed off each other.
It's crazy that a player like IT, who to me has got like, he's all heart, you know, he's the shortest guy in the NBA, but he's all heart. It's crazy that he was the one relating to the underdog, you know.
Man, I've been knowing IT since he was in college, man. You know, when I used to go to Seattle, he used to come to the shows in Tacoma with Nate Robinson. And that was early supporters, you know, from like the first marathon mixtape. So to see him make his moves in the NBA, and, you know what I mean, go get niggas hell last season and just run up his value, you know, I look at his career like I look at mine. And his trajectory, like, you know, he proved himself. And, you know what I mean, he wasn't picked, you know what I'm saying? He made himself valuable, you know what I'm saying, against a lot of odds. And so I fuck with IT heavy.
What about with Bron? I see you both really doing a lot in the community and doing a lot for, you know, black businesses. Do you guys ever talk about that at all? You just kind of like watch what each one's doing, or?
Nah, we don't talk about it, or we haven't. But I think that LeBron, you know, he know his position, and he embraces his role from what I see. And I try to do the same. You know what I mean? You in a leadership position, you gotta embrace it. You in a position to have resources, you gotta allocate toward what you believe in, and you know. So I think that we both relate in that respect. You know, but we ain't never had no specific convos about it. You know what I'm saying? More so just like, you know, salute you killing them. You know what I mean? Keep going hard and repping right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Somebody who's also giving you props for black business and just putting down has been K-Dot.
Yeah.
He was on Twitter and, you know, he gave you, you know, a salute for that.
Yeah. But definitely I seen that tweet, and, you know, again, man, I've been knowing Dot since the LAX tour with Game. You know what I'm saying? And that's another person that made that so valuable. You know what I'm saying? And put in work, and, you know what I mean, built up what we looking at now. And
it's funny, the first interview that we had with you in 2005, I don't know if you remember, because it was a different host back then. It was Davey D.
He walked past the back.
He walked past in the
Him and
back.
J-Rock.
Yeah,
My homeboy Prosper,
Yeah.
And Top Dog walked past in the back.
Yeah.
And Robin Hood I'm from right now.
Everybody was,
it
was crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did you know them back then? Or
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of
For sure. We was all up and coming in LA and just was like running into each other when we'd be in the building. I remember they had a situation at Warner Brothers and we was trying to play music at Warner, and so we'd bump into each other in the halls and doing promo on the East Coast. Me and J-Rock, you know what I mean, would always campaign together, doing songs together and all that, and just watching Top Bill, TDE, and watching Schoolboy and Kendrick and Av, and everybody just go up. It was all, you know, early seeds was planted for that. Even Ali mixed the album, you know what I mean? And yeah, he mixed Victory Lap, and he mixed the No Pressure project me and Bino just put out. So it was a long road, a long process, and you know, we've been thugging for a minute with each other.
There's a song called Dedication on your project.
Yeah.
That's one of the standouts for me. What can you tell me about that song?
Man, just I think it's really a clear expression of what I was trying to say on the album, and just as an artist, and just what I went through and what I experienced, and just like, you know, it took dedication. That's the best word. You know what I mean? And I think that's the best piece of advice I can give anybody, is to be dedicated. Yeah, that record came out, it happened naturally the way it got wrote. It's just speaking to the process. And you know what I mean? It's a passionate record, you know. And they got a dope feature. And I think, like you said, that'd be one of the standouts for sure.
Yeah, it's a moment, it's special. That's what happens.
Y'all know that YouTube don't play about the non-copyright, so I couldn't let that play. But shout out to Hustle. You know, we love that. We love the motivational type of bombs, and rest in peace.
In the industry from a lot of different angles, you're able to kind of build your brand without necessarily the traditional tools. It wasn't necessarily radio that built you. It was kind of a ground up. What kind of advice would you have to, you know, the young guys right now in the industry who are kind of looking to figure out how to create their own lane?
Man, honestly, it's hard to just give, like, you know, blanket advice to, like, here's what you should do. But I'll be like, you know, master the craft. You know what I'm saying? After all the strategies wear off and all the approaches, you know what I'm saying, get tried, everybody will realize it's about the music. You know what I'm saying? It's about how what level of music vibrate on.
Something that you talk a lot about in your rhymes is owning your rhymes,
Right.
owning your masters.
Right. Yeah, especially, I mean, streaming right now is more important than ever. Just because, like, you know, it's a lot of money in streaming. And especially when you drop a popular project or a big song, if you get the back end of that, you know, that's real money. The value of the song over the lifetime of the song is hard to even calculate. You know what I'm saying? When the records is successful and or even just viral and they trending on the mixtape level, that the streaming turns over. So if you can, stay in control, you know, of your masters as long as you can, because you will love to have a catalog. That's the best thing I had, is that
I can see the vision already. It's giving
of music that, you know, is streamed every month. And, you know what I mean, we involved in that. So I got to see it from that level. When everybody's complaining about streaming, I'm like, you know, I don't understand that. because, you know, I see it from a level of like a business whose product stream, and from that perspective, it look good. If I was just a business and the product I was streaming was a different artist, the artist might feel different than I feel, because he's seeing the streaming from whatever his agreement with the company is. But the actual pot is a nice pot.
Right. They're just not getting a big chunk of that pot.
Yeah, and you know, that's all based on how they negotiate. Right. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's a nice pot. Mm-hmm. So to own the masters is very critical, you know, if you can. You know, when you, as an artist, until you sign a contract, you own your masters. And even when you do, you know, it's contracts that you can sign where you still own your masters. That's definitely the cornerstone to, you know, maximizing the value.
I'm looking really edible.
It's try to maintain the ownership of the master.
Speaking of maximizing value, you had a line about Ross.
Yeah.
And you said you appreciate that Ross is teaching wealth.
Yeah. You know, I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. You know, I look at things from the outside looking in. The message that, you know, Ross sprinkle in.
Hey, everybody
when
that's
don't
in
sprinkle
here.
Say it outright. I think that's the most empowering message right now, you know. So I just, again, all the writing on the album came out natural, but I felt like I wanted to just speak to that. We inspired by that as the next generation under that era. It's also young kids that's being molded by what's being said in rap music. So, you know, it's a line between preaching and just keeping it a thousand and being thorough. And so, yeah, I was just tipping my hat to something I think is thorough.
What do you think are the keys to building wealth?
Man, I think that it's a formula, and then it's also some things that's intangible. To own something is very important. To understand investment, you know, to understand living within your means or under your means, you know, to understand how to make something, you know. I think that's what's been critical for me, is I make something. I take something from zero and I make it, which is music, and that's a very powerful tool to be able to like come into a room and create something out of nothing. And so that's worked for me. But then there's people that, you know, master that part of the game but consume so fast that it's hard to even get ahead. So it's a combination of things, and I ain't the poster boy for it, but at the end of the day, that's the direction we walking toward, is becoming wealthy to the level that it's not gonna go away, and that, you know, we created a situation that it lasts longer than us.
I always feel like one of the things I admire about you the most is you're always very forward thinking.
Right.
You were on a panel at Complex Con. What are some of the takeaways that you would want people to know about like digital currency? Or...
It's a way to think about money. It was 3 or 4 different perspectives. I was one of them. And the convo was just about what is money in 2017 going into 18. You know, is it paper? You know, is it agreed value? What makes something currency? You know, so that was what the debate was, and everybody was revolving around that as a question. But just cryptocurrency is, I think it's like a form of karma. I think that the banks had such a crooked model that the engineers and software designers and programmers was like, we're not gonna fix this with a protest. We're not gonna fix this with a march on Wall Street. We're gonna fix this with technology.
Businesses need shipping software that keeps up with their growth. With ShipStation, you can...
The energy balancing out what went wrong over there, and just the disadvantage that the people were at, the cryptocurrency is balancing that out, or will in the long run. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna create an option, and you're not gonna have to go operate in that system that led to like 2008, all the banks collapsing and the real estate bubble and all the malpractice of power that, you know, was happening in the banking industry and the central banks and all that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, damn, that was slick. Whoever came up with that was slick. If you really peep it from a political point of view, for sure. You know what I mean? That was real effortless checkmate. You know what I mean? They exited before anybody knew what was up.
Yeah. You still got to build that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. It's an interesting conversation. I've had it with some people And, you know, some people are like stuck on money so much. And I'm like, man, money's not even backed by the gold system anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is it really worth? It's whatever we, you know, want to put on it. But really, it's just a piece of paper, you know, just like a credit card, just a piece of plastic. And it's the inferred value that we put on it. And as long as everybody assumes that it's worth that, it is. But if somebody tomorrow's like, that's not worth shit, it's really not backed by anything. So it's like, why not try out a new currency?
It's a lot of reasons that, you know, political reasons why it's a big thing, and it's financial reasons why it's a big thing, you know, and even like on a simple level of like sending money overseas or something, to be able to do that peer-to-peer and not have no middleman with a fee, and with a policy, it's just a direct transaction that's, you know, regulated by a public ledger. That's a big innovation if you understand like banking and PayPal and all that type of shit. You know, somebody told me that it's like what the internet was in like the early 90s. And think about what that turned into and all the billion-dollar businesses that was built off of that. That's like what the cryptocurrency, blockchain opportunity is similar to. So it'll take a while before we see it mature and really turn into what it can potentially be.
Right, and you're not just talking about it, you actually invested in the company.
Yeah, definitely. Follow coin. It's a coin, and it's also it's a utility. You know, and I spoke about it and everything.
Yeah, there's a dope documentary on YouTube about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get back to the album real quick. You got Puff on some ad-libs.
Yeah.
Why was that important to you?
You know, I think what Puff represent is like elevated taste, like in terms of like hip hop, like, you know what I mean, from like fashion to music to like business, you know what I mean. Puff taste was always like premier, and so, you know, I just was like, it'd be dope. And Puff just known for putting swag on a dope rap record. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to play the album for him. You know what I'm saying? I went by the house and played the album, and that was the one he fucked with the most. And so I had it in mind for him to get on Rap Niggas. You know what I'm saying? And get in the video with the Mick on. But he liked the other record, so he did that one, and it was dope. That was a crazy session.
You could feel the energy.
Yeah.
Seeing from outside what you're trying to build with the store and with like the project that you got going on in LA and like all that stuff, I'm like, okay, I see the dynasty that he's building. So I was like, maybe, you know, Puff being on the record also means something to him in terms of...
Yeah, definitely. It's the record called Young Niggas, and if you hear it, you know, the people here, and I think they'll make the connection to why Puff makes sense on that record. But yeah, for sure, Puff ran a marathon in real life. You know what I mean? I got Puff on the last song on TMC. You know what I mean? A clip of him in a documentary, and he represent the self-made, you know what I mean, street mogul. You know what I'm saying? That came up through hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I got lyrics where I reference Puff grind. So yeah, we always aspired to do what Puff did. You know what I'm saying? What Jay and them did, and what Snoop and Dre and them did, you know. So, yeah, definitely one of the blueprints, for sure.
Pull up in murder case. I got a show today.
Look at Lauren. That's my baby. That girl looks so good.
You know how they got like 3 albums at the front? I'm like, yeah, I feel like this one of them. You know, you might have, John Coltrane got a whole catalog of music, but he got one album. He got Love Supreme, you know what I'm saying, at Starbucks. And Adele got the nice catalog, 3 albums. She got 21, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm like, this one probably, if you wanted to turn your one of your partners on to Nip and you wanted to make him a fan, play this one, you know? So that's why I was just like, and then on the album, if you wanted to skip to one song, you could play that one.
I wouldn't recommend skipping it because there's definitely a lot of gems.
No, I'm saying if you want to skip to one and just go straight. Oh, you said yeah. You know, shit.
I appreciate the whole body of work.
I got you.
You posted on Twitter, to be overwhelmed and ask what I got myself into is always a reminder that I'm demanding more from myself than I ever have. Can you give us some insight into what was going through your mind and what does that mean to you?
Just being like pressured, like overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Like mentally exhausted, and you still got a lot of shit to think about and like make decisions on and like do. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of times, even when you work out, your brain, your body's a lot stronger than your brain sometimes. And you gotta catch your brain up. Your muscles will be ready to keep going. Your brain will have its limit. You know what I'm saying? And be like, I can't do no more. And then your body will follow suit. But when you can break the mental barriers, you'll notice, damn, I can do way more. I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I had way more in me. So I think that's an example of like feeling like you can't, like you exhausted, you about to, you overwhelmed, and then being clear that, this is how I feel to be pushing yourself more than you ever have, demanding more. That's just the natural way it feels. When you press your line and press yourself to produce more and to be better, you know what I'm saying?
Where do you go to when you feel that way? When you're burned out and you're like, I need that extra energy, is there a particular thing that you do or something that kind of like gives you that extra fuel?
Man. Man, for real, I don't know, bro. Like, you gotta tap in mentally to different places, you know what I mean? But I just, I might leave and come back. Sometime I'll just come back. I'll get my energy straight and come back, you know what I'm saying? That's probably my secret. I always come back.
Hey,
you know what I mean? More than anything. If you just, today ain't today, and you know
make
you
sure
want to
that
get
y'all
done,
liking the video.
then you just come back, you know what I'm saying? Might leave for an hour and come back. You know what I mean? But sometimes that's all it takes. You just gotta like take the pressure off you thinking about the shit. I'm just thinking in terms of making a song, being in the studio under that pressure of like creating, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's no one way to do it. You can smoke some weed. Sometimes niggas smoke weed. Sometimes,
Hello.
you know what I mean? You go watch a movie, do a whole lot of things to try to just stimulate inspiration. People do all type of shit, you know what I'm saying, to stimulate inspiration. But, the key is to just keep going at it. You know what I'm saying? Keep going at it, keep going at it. Yeah.
I'm glad you said the step away, because sometimes people, like, they see something, they just keep bashing their head through the wall. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and just reassess things and come back with a clear mind.
Yeah, and people, sometimes you feel like you're giving up when you do that, but that's why it's about the double back, you know what I mean? Take a 30-minute, I be doing weird shit, man. When you make music as a lifestyle over and over and over, you get into, obsessed basketball player or coach or something and just go overboard on thinking how to get the most out of this practice or the most out of this game, you know what I'm saying? So you start, leave your phone in the car, or, you know what I mean, like, give yourself time. I be putting my phone on 15 minutes and then I'm gonna just chill for 15 minutes and my shit is buzzing. That shit help, you know what I'm saying? Just little crazy little things to be productive, you know what I mean? It's probably just mental shit you're doing with yourself. You know what I mean? To trick yourself into being productive, but that shit ended up working, you know?
Yeah. Nah, I read 10 Habits of Highly Effective People or some shit. That was definitely one of them. Sometimes you just gotta walk around the room and come back and sit down. That's enough to just
working out, doing push-ups, all type of crazy shit, just because, it's like grinding. Like you used to have to sit outside all day. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't be no cells coming through, it'd be dry. But the whole exercise was to sit outside the whole day, do all the changes, you know what I'm saying? And then you'll learn the pattern. Oh, it's a morning rush, it get dry, it's slow. You're gonna be uninspired around 2 o'clock probably, you know what I'm saying? Most likely you're gonna lose all your creativity around this time. If you start at this time, you're gonna run dry, you know what I'm saying? And just learning the you know what I'm saying, the pattern of what's going on, by just not leaving. And then you gain a deeper understanding. And it's an advantage, you know what I mean? So the same with the music, you know?
Yeah, Reagan so cold, Obama so ho, Donald Trump spit.
Y'all know the marathon continue. Pink lips on me. Pink lips on me. Don't get it twisted.
Radio stations for not supporting.
Shout out to everybody out there that be doing my videos.
It's on y'all to do the job. I'm curious, what what was the conversations like after that? Because I feel like we're in a moment now with
Yeah.
what's going on with Donald Trump, where it's like I look at artists to talk for the community, but then like everybody's got to play their part.
Like I put Power 106 up there, and I put the Atlanta radio station and the New York station. But you know, me and the DJs at Power, we actually had a convo on there about it. You know, and it was dope. But my main thing was just like, first as artists, we gotta protest through our art. We make music. And then as DJs, I was just saying DJs should protest through their platform, which is DJing. Whether it's in the club, in the radio station, in the backyard, whatever. If you go and protest, that's the most effective way. And so that's what that post was just about. Like, you know, as artist YG, my self-made record, you know, and that's us doing our job as artists. If y'all, any DJs feel away, y'all should protest by, you know, supporting the records that this message is being touched on. And, you know, like I said, that's how I felt. And I feel like it was a valid point. You know what I mean? And, you know, you can't call people out and tell them how to do what they do. But that was more of a political thing than like a career thing. It wasn't about this my record and I want to get a spin. It's like the message. You know what I'm saying? This is a straightforward message that, you know, y'all got the record already. You know, we done the work already. You know, get behind it. And you know, we had a good convo.
One thing that I also love about that song in particular is you guys definitely give a lot of love to Latinos, and I don't see that enough in hip hop. It's like black and brown, we gotta support each other. It's like, it kind of reminded me of like, you know, when Pac was around, he was like kind of a unifying symbol.
Right.
Speak a little bit about why that was important to you.
Yeah, I think, you know, at
3 adds up to all-in-one small business insurance. One comprehensive.
Being an LA artist, we don't really have a Mexican voice on the rap scene as loud as ours. So we like, you know, we ain't feel that message Trump was putting out there. So we gonna speak, you know, on behalf of that issue also. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we relate in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? In poverty and in like not having shit. You know, we being incarcerated, we relate, you know what I'm saying? So we don't feel that. You know what I mean? We don't feel that either. That message ain't something we feel neither. If it was a big Mexican rapper in LA, I'm sure that would have been touched on, but just based on we got a platform, it was on us, I think, touch on that too. And a fuck Donald Trump record, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the main messages that was like, you crazy, bro. You going a little too far.
Hold up, Nip. Tell the world how you fuck with Mexicans.
That thing be so fast.
Definitely.
Can you share some of those parallels for people who might not know expect hip hop? Like, how's that connected?
In so many ways. Apple Music, you know, the #1 streaming genre is hip hop. Spotify, you know, beats by Dre. Any one of these billion-dollar platforms, a lot of the value comes from the people of influence that utilize.
I'm taking mad pictures today.
And those people are never involved in the business. You know what I'm saying? But they attention that they garner is being leveraged. You know what I'm saying? And I sat next to the owner of Tinder at the Laker game. And he told me the business model of how you evaluate an app. And he told me an equation that's basically, there's a certain dollar amount for every user on an app. If you want to go sell your app, if you got 10 users, there's a certain number, dollar amount. The value of your company is based on users times this dollar amount. And so when you got 10 million followers on Twitter, the value of Twitter is a certain dollar amount times your 10 million users, plus the other 10 million, plus the other 2 million, plus the other. So when Twitter goes to get evaluated at so-and-so billion, the model is an eyeball monetization, attention monetization model. And who's the reason that they are paying attention? the celebrity, the artist. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it's like a marketing tool to stay in contact with your fans. Yeah, that's
All right,
cool.
guys,
But
I've been
to y'all,
forgetting
y'all in
to.
a whole different business. Y'all in a average.
So, something that I be forgetting to do is say the product that I'm using. And I'm going to start doing that. Like, I just be getting ready and I just do what I'm doing. But this powder, guys, one size Patrick Star translucent powder is so glaring that it's crazy. Y'all know, if y'all been here, I'm oily based skin type. This powder really sucks up all of my oils and it gives it such a nice Photoshop blurring look. Matte and soft. I really love this powder. Down.
Advertisement attention model, and it's you know, you leveraging all of these followers for the day you say.
I could fix my lace on my hair.
So we are very valuable in the tech world. You know what I'm saying? Because we have influence, and these is attention models and advertisement models. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That's one of the ways.
For sure. I think it's important for our community to realize our power in that. It's like all these brands want to pay us money to sell their brands. It's like we need to use that to sell our own shit too.
100%. Same way Puff selling vodka. And you know what I mean? Jay selling Ace of Spades. We gotta go on the table and sell something too. You know what I mean? That we own. So, you know, I think that it's coming. I think, you know, Dr. Dre was one of the first ones in that space with the streaming service that turned into Apple Music. And then obviously the hardware too, the headphones. But yeah, man, I think that it's necessary.
I saw you posted on Twitter about me getting sent back to jail.
Yeah.
You retweeted that. Do you have any worries for that situation and how that's reflective of the justice or injustice system?
Probation, man. You know what I mean? It's like you got a tail on you. They can snatch your tail anytime they want to. You don't even have to break a law to violate probation. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's bullshit. And that's not even common sense. I've been on probation for a long time. I got free at last when I got off probation. I tatted that on my thumb. You know what I'm saying? I was on probation from 18 to 25. So I know how that feels, having a career. And, you know what I mean? But to give them two to 4 years, come on, man. Just the whole probation shit. That's a whole nother argument. You know what I'm saying? How that worked. That's some tricky shit. That's some real bullshit, for real. A lot of times you'd rather stay in jail. When you really think about it, you'd have done better by staying in jail instead of taking a probation. Because now they violating you every 2 years, every year, and it stretch you out to where you're paying money, you checking in every month. That's stressful. Having a PO, come on, man, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Restricting your travel, it's bullshit. Police pull you over, they got food, you don't got rights.
Are there LLC services with no hidden fees?
Yes, but you have to know what to look for. A lot of LLC services advertise a low price, then they charge for compliance renewals and extras later. Busy is upfront about their pricing from day one, so on year 2, there are no surprises. Start your LLC for $0.
Nah, you know, so I feel for Meek, man, but I feel like, you know, everything happened for a reason. And Meek been through this, so he bounced back stronger last time he got out, you know what I'm saying? So everything will pan out, but I felt for this, and I'm like, man, that one hurt me. Looking at this like, come on, man. Let a nigga live, you know what I'm saying? But free Meek Millie, man.
Any last words? What's left to accomplish?
A lot, man. I feel like I haven't flexed musically. I've been making music with a handicap, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never complained about it, but you know, it's my first project that's mixed and mastered that I ever put out. You know, none of my shit been mixed, and I toured off of it internationally. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of shit, man. It's like I wanna really just deliver in the music space more than I have. You know, because again, like, don't get me wrong, I've done some dope shit, but I know what I got in me, and I'm very, 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 very untapped, my reservoir. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to I got the space now to really just be an artist this was really important to get my business set up the way I wanted it to be. But now I can really like just do a music flex, you know what I'm saying? And be an artist and like express my opinion in the music space primarily for the next few years, you know what I mean? So that's my focus, is just really flex as an artist. Everything else on autopilot. I got a great team. The business is great, you know what I'm saying? And the better the music, the better everything.
As an artist, I said, okay, this hip hop, this shit is supposed to be about, you know, who the biggest, who the baddest. I'm gonna step up and, you know, I'm gonna challenge whoever's supposed to be the biggest and the baddest. I'm gonna step, you know, I'm gonna approach them with the music, with the wordplay, and however else they want to take it, and they gonna feel me. And that's what I did when I got in the rap game. I stepped on a lot of feet, stepped on a lot of toes. Glory, morning glory.
Jabby Love Ross.
If you're hearing this, that means you already woke up. That means you already won the battle, baby. Now you just gotta win the fight. God is great. God is great. You heard me? Call somebody you love this morning. I'm gonna call my mama Ella, my beautiful mother Ella. I'm gonna call her and tell her I love her. Let's make sure we call somebody and tell them we love them this morning. Let's go hard. Man, we've been blessed this morning. We done woke up. Let's go. Get up off your big lazy ass now. Let's go. Let's grind. Regardless of what position you play right now. Because you know why you playing. You know why you working. You know why you grinding. Yeah, you want to pay your bills, but ultimately you want to work your way to the top of the food chain. You want to eat at the top of the food chain. You know why? Because when you sit at the head of the table, you eat first. And you don't eat first out of fear. You eat first out of honor. Everybody else sitting at the table feel you done worked, you earned, you deserve that. You deserve that. Because personally to me, every day is the perfect day to boss up. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I see is morning glory, because me waking up, I've already won. I've won the battle of waking up, being able to be in position to make a difference, and that's what it's about. Every day, we have to make some form of progress, regardless of how small the steps are. We have to make some form of progress, and just for everybody, you know, that come to my social media platform, and you know, the first thing they want to know is, Rose, what did you do to put yourself in this position? And I tell them, you know, when you look at certain things, it feel and look like it came in abundance, when really we just took small steps at a time. And so that's what I'm trying to encourage.
Shipping 10,000 packages a month can feel chaotic. Relax. There's ShipState.
Beautiful Friday. Let's end our week strong. Let's end our week right. Go in the office today and turn up. They think you coming to relax. They think they got you figured out. Fuck that. Go in Friday, make it feel like a Monday. Turn all the way up. Morning, get up off your fat lazy
I feel like I look so great right now.
The reason I tell you in such a way is because I need to motivate you. It's only one way you're gonna be great. That's if you try. That's if you attempt. If you sit down and don't do shit, you ain't gonna never be shit. You will never see what your true potential is. If I sat around the whole pandemic, I wouldn't be writing this book. My first one was a New York Times bestseller. This one here coming out. It's the Boss Commandments. I'm just letting you know how to go get the money, and don't make no excuses. I don't give a fuck when you lay in the bed how tired you is. It's a motherfucker like me out there, man. And the OG's been told me, Rose, always move like you being honey. Always move like you being honey. And that's not saying have fear in your heart or just looking over your shoulder, but always move and stay a step ahead of the ops. For those like me, you want to know, how do I earn it? That might be the question I get the most. Rose, how do I earn it? How do I earn it? If I can't pay for it, how do I earn it? Shit, that's exactly what you got to do. You got to earn it. In my book, I talk about when I worked at a car wash, I would wash cars, but also to earn the extra money, I would organize the Hustlers cassette. The cassette shit that zipped up, I put that shit in alphabet order. I put your CDs in order. R&B to rap, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go above and beyond if you wanna earn it. When you speaking on your dreams, make sure the look that's in your eyes are different from when you talking about anything else. make sure the look that's in your eyes when you talking about your fucking dreams is different from any other time you talking about any of that other shit. What I want you to understand is this. IG, what's the difference between Instagram and Facebook? Facebook, you making friends. Instagram, a lot of motherfuckers following you for your influence. When really this shit is meant for sharing knowledge, sharing wisdom, sharing resources. That's what it's about. Not just following the motherfucker for influence and see what kind of clothes you got on. That's what a lot of people don't realize. To change the world, if you want to change the world, it takes resources and it takes money. That's the only way you're going to really put yourself in power. You have to invest in yourself. The average college tuition for the year is what, 30 to 40,000? That one for Rose, I would have took that 30 or 40 and then invested it in myself. It's some people that's good with the school shit. If you good and you confident in it, do it. Don't let me tell you nothing different. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I'm trying to tell these motherfuckers how to hustle go. This is the direction the hustle is going to. This is tomorrow. This is the future. And I ain't scared to say Rose gonna get $1 billion, because that's what I'm chasing. You dig? So let's take it. Let's go there. A black entrepreneur is a dreamer. A dreamer working until it becomes reality. That's exactly what it is, because to be a business owner, to be a CEO, to be an executive, you gotta start as a worker. You know what I mean? And regardless if you're sweeping or mopping, if you're opening the doors, if you're cleaning the windows, wherever you at, you gotta have a vision. You gotta see something that gives you that vision. Right. And that's the day you begin to dream. Setting your goals, not stopping. It's the passion. Yeah. Nigga, executing. You had an idea, put the plan on paper, and when they execute, that's what separates you from the other 98% of the world. And for the niggas that's getting money, I pray you niggas ain't getting money just to show other niggas you getting money. I pray you niggas ain't getting money to go get dressed up to stand around other niggas. Nigga, you better be getting money to hold the whole squad down, to hold the family down, to hold the team down. Not the motherfucking get cute around other niggas. And it's a lot of youngsters getting money too. Mm-hmm. And I love that. In the pandemic. Yeah. The real ones gonna get it in the pandemic. Mm-hmm. That's what separates the boys and men. That's a fact. Yeah. Because when you're a CEO, when you're a boss, you gotta be able to reach out, connect with people, and ask for help. You gotta ask for help. You're gonna be in predicaments where it's shit you don't know. It's shit you don't know, and you gotta have somebody you could depend on. You gotta have that black book where I got a relationship with these people, and that's what this conference is. Let's create our own black book where we could depend on each other and go to each other when we need help. Hey, homie, I got a question I want to ask you about. You feel me? Let me tell you something. That's the biggest mistake you as a boss or a CEO can make. Being scared to say, I need some help. When you're dealing with a lion, you gotta know what the fuck you're dealing with, especially when a lion who knows he's a king. You understand? They could hear his roar hundreds of miles away. He deserves more. He's earned more. He desires more.
Every month, this Airbnb pays me about $2,700 in semi-passive income. Now, here's the thing. I don't own it.
When you're chasing a certain level of success, it's a certain amount of weight you're going to have on your shoulders until you get there. I know that's what it was for me. But I told myself I was going to do whatever I had to do, you know. Because that weight was on Rose's shoulders, meaning that's how bad I wanted it. I wasn't going to accept no. So what we got to do next? Let's do it. What's next?
What you chasing more, money or success? All they're saying.
Money means more than the success. Because what is success without the money? I'll take the money without the success. Ain't that the fame or the notoriety? Fuck that. What the fuck is success? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of niggas that are successful and shit went in the foreclosure. You gotta pour that shit up now. Was it really success? I want all the young hustlers, entrepreneurs to know, man, this shit is real, it's realistic. Man, be passionate about your dreams. Be real about the shit you talking about. If it ain't real, don't even waste nobody else's time with it. Go on your own corner and play with that shit. When you fucking with others, because, man, it's motherfuckers that's really trying to get it. And let's go. Let's get it, brother. When you running from the work, you hiding from the money. I'm hustling hard. I just make it look good. That's it. That's it. But you deserve the world. But to hustle with me, you gotta hustle hard. Come on, you want the waterfalls and the palm trees in your backyard? And the Ferraris in the front? You want the boats and shit? Do you want it? Yes or no? Yes or no? You can't run from the work because you hiding from the money. Man, like I said in the caption when I posted the picture, time is so valuable, and I talk about that in the book as well. To me, time is the most valuable asset you will ever have control of, because every man and woman at some point there will come a time where you will want some more time. And we right back to the top of the week and understanding and accepting our purpose in life. We know how we get money, we know how we work, we know how we grind, but let's stay focused on our purpose in life. It's so valuable, time is so short. You understand? Let's make sure we enjoying this shit. We ain't got no time to waste. So we gonna wake up every morning and go to work, we gonna rep, we gonna do what we do, and we gonna elevate it. And to me, don't measure your success based on gold and money. Just measure your success based on happiness. Did you accomplish what you set out to accomplish? Did you waste your time? Because wasting your time gotta be painful at some point. You gotta master the art of the L. This is a great book. I suggest everybody go pick it up. But you gotta master the art of taking the loss, because life is a beautiful struggle, brother. You will take losses.
Let's go bathroom check. See what's going on.
You could have a fish fight and the motherfucker knock you out cold. And when you get right back up, just run it again. You ain't did nothing shit. Damn, did you really take a L? It's the difference. What I'm saying, I took a lot of L's, but was it really an L? Or was it really just experience? Was it really knowledge? Because I never got up from a situation that held my head down. Always shit, I'm dust my ball, ain't off the shit, I'm gonna go get it. And when I think about it, that's what I came in the game looking for. I came in the game looking for the hell was that? Shit, I've never been on the sideline for 15 years. What's next? I'm going for the top. And whoever don't like it, boy, they gotta feel me. And that's what it was, because I had to master the L so long before I never had that fear. And I can only imagine trying to be great, but trying to work your way up to the top. If you fear losing, you may not make it. Learning to lose help me conquer fear. Because once you master the L, once you learn to lose, you understand, damn, I can go out on the football field, lose a day, and still hold my head up as a champion. The team that I lost to respect me as a champion. And you know, they know when we run it again, they gonna take that L. They know what it is, and so that was just my mind frame. And once I overcame fear, I applied that to everything I've done being an artist. Me coming in the industry as an artist, I said, okay, this hip hop, this shit's supposed to be about, you know, the biggest, the baddest. I'm gonna step up and, you know, I'm gonna challenge whoever's supposed to be the biggest and the baddest. I'm gonna just say, you know, I'm gonna approach them with the music, with the wordplay, and however else they wanna take it, and they gonna feel me. And that's what I did when I got in the rap.
And it's time to do the thing today. Somebody says somebody's showing the legs. I got scars on the legs. Y'all hating on me? Pretty legs, mama. Been that.
You owe it to yourself to go hard as you can. So
Everything about me hitting.
And it's time to land that casket. You could honestly
Good knees, good knees, good legs, good knees, good knees.
Roku self-serve easier than ever.
Good legs, good knees, good. Yeah, y'all know I'm over here giving you Blasian, Megan Good. It's giving you real nasty Hispanic, sexy black mamacita coming through to bite you on the 9mm if you got one. If you want it. I'm showing off just a little bit. Oh, just a little something, just because, you know. All right, I'm gonna do my lace.
Let's not be embarrassed. Fellas, let's
I don't know. I don't like something over here.
Let's move forward.
And then I'm done.
Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the money. We cannot be embarrassed.
What's the biggest piece of advice you would give a young man, let's say a 13-year-old who's working at a car wash like you did? What would you
Dense
tell
brushes only,
I think
please.
the most valuable thing I could tell them is put God first. And I think you gotta believe that, meaning you gotta believe in something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe in yourself after that. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you're not gonna make it regardless of what you do. You could be great, you could run a goddamn 3.9 in a 40. But if you don't believe in yourself, you're gonna drop the ball every time they throw it to you. So you gotta believe in yourself, and I tell them that. Run fast as you can to the end zone, and when they throw it to you, just stay focused and tell yourself you're gonna catch it. Because after you catch that damn ball a couple times, it's gonna come a point where your confidence is so high, you're gonna feel you won't never drop it. And that's where you want to get it. Once you
There
get
we
there, it's
go.
on pop. We gotta make sure we end it on.
Anybody that's hating on me can suck me dry. Anybody that's hating can. Yeah. Thank you. Nasty. Somebody said, am I a man? I'm half. The other half is not. But why y'all in here? The women in the chat are insecure. I did not say that. I don't know. Listen, they better not be, because I'm myself and I don't do all of that. But y'all gotta stop talking bad. If y'all feel like it's a bad thing, just be inspired, babe. I'm inspired by the ladies, so they should be inspired by me back. They shouldn't be talking junk. If y'all talking junk, y'all know where to kiss it. go from mirror to mirror because I need to see certain things. That's all I needed. That's all I needed, and now I'm done. Y'all see what that nose contour be giving it up like? And this is no hate to a lady. I love the ladies, but I do be seeing the comments from the ladies that be talking crazy. And it's just like, girl, I love you. Don't be hating on me like that. That's all I needed right there to finish me off, to top me off. That's all I needed. I love y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See y'all later. I'm about to finish getting all ready. Actually, y'all can join me. I just got to my house very soon and get to my work. And there's no hate between the ladies and stuff like that. I'm gonna just keep making that clear because that's not the truth. But there we go. That's the look. This is the gloss I have on. Somebody said we are not insecure. I hate when people compare men to women. You had to pay to look like Megan. That sounds like a cry for help of not being attractive. That has nothing to do with me. There's a lot of beautiful ladies, and there's a lot of ladies that love trans and vice versa. Get that out of here, girl. It sounds like that you are not happy with how you look or something. I don't know. But that has nothing to do with me. And I never said that you said I look like Megan Good, because if not, you would not have said that. You're agreeing with my comment that I was making due to another person commenting on me. Why does that bother you? If they're too unattractive, go sell some pussy and go get you some money and change how you look. Okay? And I love my natural ladies as well. There's no hate. I don't do all of that. I love my girls to the bone because I'm inspired by the ladies first that I've seen in my life. So it's never no bad blood. It's never no hate. It's never no pressure. And the only thing that y'all say about me that's bad is that I'm a man, I'm trans. Okay, that's true. What's next though? What else do you guys have to say? Get money, body tea, bad. I don't know. Love y'all though. Have a good day. Make sure to check out the community tab. Get this gloss and stuff like that. If y'all like these pink lips, it's what? Before 10 a.m. and I look like I'm about to go do a magazine show. That's the goal. That's how we live. We get sexy for the day. We love people, love on people. There's no hate over here. So, all of y'all, make sure to have a good day, y'all. And don't let those kind of things consume you, please. This is a beautiful life for all of us. I'm so pleased to have been able to do what I do and live how I live and stuff like that. Listen, it's way too much good things to be thankful for than to be downing another human being for their own choices. Cleanse out your heart, babe. Cleanse out your heart. Drink you a lot of water. Maybe put some face moisturizer on. Put you some lip gloss on. And feel good about yourself. Even if that you're born in a different gender, feel good about yourself. Don't be hating on me because I'm happy. And I look like a motherfucking snack at a dinner plate on Thanksgiving. Don't be hating on me, though. It took a lot I fought. Okay? Don't be hating on me. Salute the real bitches. Okay? And I'm thankful. That's why I'm in the position I'm in, because I'm thankful for it all. I was thankful at my beginning stages, and I'm thankful for now. Like, it's just like, do you. Do you. And do all that you can do. And just watch how miracles unfold for you, babe. But hating ain't gonna get you nowhere but in the trash of your own mind, your own reality. Remember, the stuff that you putting out is what you're gonna get back. So the more that you hating on the doll, the more karmic debt that you're putting on your own self. I'm just here for y'all to enjoy me as I enjoy y'all, because I know I'm blessing y'all with ample amount of beauty. Y'all don't see this kind of beauty on the shirt every day. So listen, take this blessing, and if not, roll out. This ain't for you. This another person blessing, babe. But don't be talking down on a blessing, because you're blocking yours. Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. And whatever language that you need, I hope that hit home and it motivates you to get out your bed that you haven't washed in like 2 weeks and get beautified and hit the streets. I ain't a rapper, I'm a trapper. I just look like Cleopatra. Now, I love you all, gotta go, and stuff like that. Stay thankful for every point that you win. Nails is hitting today. I'm about to go bump my Larry June and tap into my vibe. I hope y'all had a good day. I hope that y'all enjoyed me. I enjoyed y'all. This beat is going crazy right now. Screenshot if you dare. Now, if that's your screenshot of it, add me on Instagram and DM them to me. Make sure to get your gloss in the community tab. Lip tint, pink lips going crazy. Love you. Bye.